it started with Cody and Jacob, and even started at all, to be honest with you. I know that
what happened?
There was like a
literally
minute
just
there where
they went right to war out in the crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was a minute where it just didn't. The bell never rang. I don't even think it did the entire match.
I don't think so either.
But it was kind of just a brawl.
That whole match was a brawl.
And then
which was sick.
Drew showed up.
Yeah.
I
feel like
it was kind of a narrative purpose. The whole
what
thing
match does Cody have going on in the Rumble? Doesn't he have a match at the Rumble, or is it just the men's Rumble? No, he doesn't right now, right? Isn't it Drew versus Sammy for the world title? Pretty sure
it is now because Sammy's the number one contender. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Well, Cody's not in the Rumble, is he?
No, yeah, he is. He is in the Rumble.
He might be in the Rumble.
Yeah, he came out. He came out and said he's in the Rumble, and then
I wonder if there's like a list of.
So he's in the Rumble.
Who's in the Rumble?
Punk's the world champ. Drew's the WWE champ, and Sammy's challenging for that. And then, yeah, I'd love to find a list of who's in the Rumble.
Yeah, there is sort of.
But back to Saturday, we'll go over that in a minute. But back to Saturday night's main event. We also had Rhea Ripley or Rio and Io Sky beating Judgment Day.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen in that match. I mean, that could have gone either way. The thing is, like, we've talked about the women's tag situation. It's like, how many teams really are there?
It's not great. The match was fine. The match was anything the Judgment Day touches is gold, and Rhea and Io are great and are part of that squad of talent that are like all similar generation, and are all working together, and they're the future of the business. You know,
I was watching that match, and my girlfriend was like, "Who do you think's gonna win this?" I was like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
I was like, there's
whoever
like
wins, it's all good.
Yeah, there's like 3 women's tag teams.
Yeah, and everybody in the match, they're all already made.
Yeah,
like they're all good, and they're already doing the thing that they would be doing. Like,
right?
It's like just keep having them feud, cool. But the title isn't the thing about it that's making it important. You know what I mean?
It just didn't really have like a lot of stakes to it.
Yeah. But that didn't make it a bad match. It just made it, like you said, there were no stakes other than the belts, which are fair stakes.
Yeah.
But like you said, with a division that's shallow, what are the belts? And then we got Styles and Nakamura, which was awesome. Absolutely awesome. They did a ton of callback to the match they had like right before they came to WWE from Wrestle Kingdom. I think it was like 11 or something. It was like 10 years ago though. And that match was just so good. And
yeah, it was pretty good
really
considering,
crazy, man.
I mean, they're both, ready to be done, so it's like
they're both ready to be done. They're both at that era of their career where they're done anytime now. They've already done everything, and for them to get to have one more match, it makes it hit home more real that like AJ's really retiring soon. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But also was really cool of WWE also to be like, oh, you want Nakamura? We think the fans are going to want that too. So let's just do it.
Yeah.
Like, let's just do it. We'll have Nakamura walk up to you back in the back and go, if you're really going to be done soon, I want one more just for legacy. And they go, yup, we're doing that. Like, I thought that was perfect. It was all it needed to be because it's all the fans wanted it to be. No, neither of them was a bad guy or a good guy in the match. It was just two guys who are bonded together by their history with each other of like very memorable wrestling moments.
Yeah.
So
I think Nakamura got a great reception as well.
He did, and he came back with his original theme,
Yeah.
which he has already been using again a little bit, but this was a big welcome for him being he's entered the part of his career that AJ's in now as well, where they don't need to be fighting for titles, they don't need to be worrying about chasing the gold or being the top guy. They're already made, and they're a legacy talent that's not going to get released. They're going to go in the Hall of Fame. So it's like, just let them have legacy matches with guys like Punk and stuff like that. Like, I want to see Nakamura Punk. Wicked bad.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we've ever seen it, and I don't know if we're ever gonna, unless it gets called for specifically by those guys, you know? But I would love to see Nakamura Punk. I think it would be great.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing, him and Balor both have their old themes back because
Good.
Well, first of all, I don't understand why they were changed in the first place.
When were they their best? Oh, both in NXT? Yeah.
Right.
And what did they have there? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, just let them have it.
It didn't make any sense to even do any of what they did.
Judgment Day for Balor was absolutely filthy. And Nakamura being like the cerebral, calculated, like assassin type character, who's speaking in Japanese and backstage promos and stuff. I thought that was the best stuff they'd done with him in ages. But he has so much aura and so much charisma that he don't even have to speak. You can give him his NXT theme, have him come out doing exactly what he did for this match, and the crowd's going to eat it up until the guy decides to retire. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to reinvent this guy. He's in his late 40s, as far as I know. Like, just let him finish his career out however he wants to do it.
Yeah,
Same with Styles.
These Saturday Night's main event things are so weird. It's so hard to find results because of the way it's structured.
Yeah.
Now they're they kind of have them numbered.
Yeah.
But with like Roman numerals, and you're like, Jesus, that's gonna get out of hand fast with the rate.
That's gonna get out of hand fast. But then the only other match was Sammy versus Orton, Priest, and Trick Williams.
Yes, which
was wicked.
Yeah.
Trick Williams instantly getting thrown into the main event scene. Good. He wicked deserves it. This is what you do with those guys. Those dudes that proved they're main event level guys in NXT. You just go, how do you want to make them a main eventer here? This is how. You have them, his entrance, he's already so comfortable on the mic. He's already comfortable in the ring. Like, he's just ready. He came in instantly ready, and they've used him great so far.
Oh yeah, he was all over the place in the ring, and that's like one of the things. Yep. You sometimes you wonder. You're like, are these guys? Are they cranking themselves up to 11 because they're early on in their career, or they're just debuting
and they're trying to like make a statement or build a reputation with the audience?
Right. It's like, is he going to slow down after a certain amount of time being on the roster?
I mean, I would assume so. I would assume you would slow down, because what you do is you establish a relationship with the audience. And then once that's established and you have good faith with them, you don't have to go do the crazy stuff as much. Now you can tell stories because now they have an understanding of where you're willing to go if it's necessary. And then you can still bring in crazy bumps once in a while, but you just cut them right out and use them as special events for the rest of your career, you know? At least that's what I think. That's how I've always thought it worked best.
Yeah, and well, it's definitely what's going to happen. But sometimes, you can see that kind of stuff sometimes, especially when guys debut. You can see that they're going super hard, and that's fine.
Yeah,
obviously,
for sure,
you have to do that. But he looked great, dude. He looked great. He
looked unbelievable. He smashed a home run, smashed it right out of the park.
There was one, like, I don't know if he did it was like a flying like sidekick or something, but he jumped so high, and like, I mean, it was like shoulder height on somebody, and I was like,
he's unreal.
What?
There's a reason why they are comfortable even putting him in a match like this,
Yeah.
A 4-way already a nightmare. and he's the new guy in there with Orton, and then 2 next generation of main event guys, and Sammy and Priest. You know what I mean? But Trick was by far the young gun in the match, career wise at least, probably age wise too.
Well,
and looked phenomenal, and everybody did such a good job in that match of showcasing him and like giving him the ability to showcase himself without it really being any kind of negative or impact on anybody else. Like, that shit doesn't matter. The match still went the way it did. Sammy still won. He looked great in victory. And I'm sure the match with him and Drew is just going to be lights out. Shocker.
Yeah.
Because Drew is the man. He's so good, dude.
I think another thing that shows they have faith in him is that it's a number 1 contenders match. You know?
Yeah, that's my point. He just he's been on the main roster for not long, and he's really not been showing up around the main roster for even less time than when he actually technically came up. And he's already competing for a number 1 contenders match for the main title.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. But if you treat him like he's over that big, the crowd's gonna realize he can handle it, because it's not like, that's not the way to put it. Don't treat him like he's over that big, because then the crowd will sniff it out and be like, fuck this guy out of spite.
No, you just have to treat him like he's been
you just treat him like he belongs in that space.
Exactly.
Like he's been treated, and he's going to show you that he does. He'll show the viewers he does.
Right. And
we've said it about a bunch of guys. Same thing with Penta when he came in. Treat him like he's one of those guys, because he's definitely going to show the audience he's one of those guys. You know? That's not even a question.
You just have to treat him the way you built him. That's all.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, good for him, dude. I was happy with that match. And then, you know, Zayn getting the number 1 contender spot is really cool too. It's, you know, they've had a couple of shakeups that.
Dude, I hope he wins. I hope he wins the big one at Mania.
Yeah.
And like, it's in Saudi Arabia, or not Mania, I'm sorry, at the Rumble.
The Rumble.
Like, I know that Drew's only had the belt for a little bit, but I don't have an issue with them going back and forth. It would be crazy for him to win the belt in Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I mean? It's like
I don't know.
You have, well, the
he's
best
very
way for him
big
to do
over
it
there.
is to lose it off of to take it from Drew rather than to take it from Cody or I mean from it's like, I don't know, it just makes more sense, I think.
Yes. I'm pretty sure politically there might be some weird shit there, but I don't have any idea about it. I wouldn't even claim to know anything about it if I had to. But I know that Sammy is Muslim and that they're going to be in a Muslim country, right?
Yeah.
And he's very big there. I've seen him get huge, gigantic, absolutely gigantic reactions there, which means that if he did beat Drew for the title there, it would be crazy. However, I'd way rather see him finally win the big one in Canada, like at home. And they had the opportunity to do it and they didn't. And I get why, because of what they were really putting together with Roman being like a Thanos character who eliminates all your top heroes before he has to fight them all in the finale. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but you just don't have to always give it to the hometown here. Obviously, you know, Finn just lost.
No, there was good reason. There was really good reason for all of this. You know what I mean? But Sammy beating Drew would be insane. It's so long overdue for Sammy to win the big one. That would be so crazy.
Yeah.
But I do feel like with Sammy, I think you can get so much more out of him chasing the belt.
Well, he's
because
designed
of
for
how long
that.
his journeys do it.
His
character's designed. Yeah, I think you can get so much more, and because of that, I think that Drew's going to win that match. Sammy's going to go down. But it's going to be it could be the start of Sammy's finally chasing the big one. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's had a few close calls now, so
yeah. I don't see it. It's another thing where you're just going like, I don't see why it doesn't hurt anybody to drop the title
No.
to somebody. It just doesn't.
Not a guy you're trying to make be a champion level guy. Drop the belt to him. It's okay to have guys pass the belt.
Yeah,
around.
and how many
You don't
times
have to
has
have every
Drew
reign be 2
been the
years.
How many times has he won the title already? Drew McIntyre.
Drew a few times now, but he
That's what I
keeps
mean,
getting it
it's-
stripped away fast. But that could be what's best for this story, though. You know, the
Right.
problem is Drew deserves it too. And as soon as he won the title, people instantly were cheering him because they're going, "We've been waiting for this forever," you know. And he won it a few times. He had super close calls, you know.
Yeah.
And he did win it for real from Brock Lesnar at fucking Mania, but in the one where there was no crowd. Like, come on, that's so lame, dude. But
Yeah, that was a weird time period there.
they've got a lot of talent that is high level that you can't help but go, man, I wish this guy was involved in more or whatever, like an LA Knight or something, right?
Yeah.
But they still got the right guys involved in the stuff that's going on right now. Like everybody, like Drew versus Sammy for the WWE Championship is so refreshing to hear. It's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
Sammy's a guy that's been in the mix, but I can't remember the last time I saw him face Drew, and I can't remember the last time I saw a match that was for the WWE Championship and it didn't involve Cody or Drew or Roman. Like Drew's in this one, but the only reason I say that is because he had a trilogy of fucking matches where he kept getting right there and losing and right there and losing with Punk and shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want, I want this kind of stuff.
That was the best feud of that whole year, though, was him and Punk. Oh my God.
You just need this kind of stuff more often. You need the change ups, you know?
Absolutely. So I'm looking at the Rumble right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And I see Drew versus Sammy's marked as the third match, with the fourth match being Styles versus Gunther, which makes me think Gunther's going to win and Styles is going to retire. If it's Royal Rumble and the career-ending match and it's the last match, according to this, because it is card subject to change always.
Yeah, but that's the way I'm going to look at it either way. I think he is going to lose.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose and retire. I think he might go to TNA for one more match, but that's a whole nother, honestly, we could talk about that right now. I don't think there's much to talk about with AJ retiring other than one of the absolute greatest ever in every category. Absolute innovator, fucking legend of legends. One of the most respected and appreciated dudes ever in the back for how legendary of a worker he is.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is really it, and he's going to end in that way, I just hope that it is something he wants, you know? I hope that it's not like they're forcing it on him. I hope he's going, I'm ready. What can I do to get back to the business?
Yeah, I don't.
On the way out.
Yeah,
going, let's keep building Gunther, you know?
Well,
I hope it's him going, okay.
They're clearly trying to build Gunther as the career killer guy.
Like a career killer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is whatever. I think if you have a bunch of talent that's going to be retiring at the same time and they're all willing to do it to build this guy up, then let them.
Yeah.
But if nobody wants it and they're forcing it, then it's shitty, you know?
Yeah, and when on one of our recent podcasts on Clear Shots, we were talking about Cena's retirement, and I was kind of defending it in that I think it's a good way to give Gunther something to build his character on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
His character's been what? It's
That's
just
exactly
been a guy who's
saying,
a wrestler that beats everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's been his character for how long? It's like he needs like a cornerstone, something that he can really like lean into. And with all these guys who are going to retire anyway, do that. You know, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't hate it. A lot of people are hating on it. I don't hate it. Yeah. I completely get it. And I'm going, yeah, I mean, how do you say no if the guys involved are also going, yeah, we're down for this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just go with it.
You're going to retire anyway. Like a lot of these guys, we've talked about it a million times that there's a bunch of guys that are going. So,
and if they can give back in a way, I'm sure a lot of them would, you know. So I don't have an issue with it. Having said that, moving on, um, the Rumble match. There is actually a list of people that are so far announced. Okay,
Yeah.
but and that is Cody Rhodes, of course, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio. Although Rey just had a match where he looked like he got injured,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens with that. Dragon Lee and Penta, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu all in it.
hmm
Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Javon Evans.
See, now that was
Who's
another cool
awesome,
bit.
bro.
Was the
Yeah.
well? There's a couple of bits there I would like to point out. First of all,
Mhm.
there was a segment with Pierce where he put the entire Vision in the Rumble, and that was a pretty good segment. I actually enjoyed that segment.
That was sick. Yep.
The dynamic between Pierce and Paul Heyman has been really cool.
Amazing, dude. Pierce has been crushing.
And then Javon had a
Obviously,
segment
Paul is.
too.
Mhm.
Javon had a segment where he was just kind of doing like an interview, and the way he did that, it's like it made me think about the fact that he's almost approaching it in a new era way, like a new wave. And what he's doing is he did this interview as if it was, he reminded me of like a pro football player or an athlete post game, the way he approached that interview.
That's cool.
And I kind of liked
I don't remember
that.
seeing that.
And it was on
That's
Raw.
weird. I'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that for some reason, but
it just gave a different vibe. It didn't feel like a regular pro wrestler vibe. It had something different to it. And I think that's what you're going to start to see from the Shawn Michaels NXT guys that are coming up.
Yeah. Those, dude, his squad is the Trick Williams and the Ricky Saints.
Right. I think they're going to approach it that way.
Javon Evans and so many other guys. Oba Femi, dude. Oba Femi is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, dude. And speaking of Oba Femi, he's also announced for the Rumble. Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar announced on the Pat McAfee show that he is going to be in the Rumble. So this Rumble's going to have so many hosses, dude, and big, just like Jacob Fatu is going to be in the ring with Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, and Bronson Reed.
Right.
And Braun Breaker. Like, let's go. Let's go. And Orton's like 300 pounds, 6'5". So he's a big fucking guy, too. I want to see Lesnar and Orton together because they had a crazy ass feud, too. But I feel like Brock would see Orton now and be like, the fuck? Look at you, dude. You're humongous. Like,
yeah. Orton is big
like,
now.
shit, bro. Yeah, he looks like a wall now. But dude, that's obviously gonna be sick.
Yeah, no, on that podcast when we were talking the other day, I had a couple thoughts. I had a thought where I was like, you know, it's I never looked at it this way, but it's weird because they're presenting the show like it's real, but they're also simultaneously telling you it isn't. So then you have this generation of guys who come in and they're presenting it as if they're actually players in a sport or athletes in it's odd the way they're doing this whole thing,
but it works.
And
it works
because
it feels what like it's about is it's actor stuntmen extraordinaires, athletes that are also actors and also stuntmen doing really high risk performance to tell the story about this sport that they're all the athletes in it.
Right.
It's hard for people to like perceive the layers of that sometimes. Not that it's anything that crazy, but just sometimes when people watch wrestling and they don't get it, I think they don't realize that that's what they're seeing. It's not like it's real athletes taking real risks to act out the storytelling and the live show TV series almost like a fucking I don't know, any TV series like a Sopranos or some shit that runs for all these seasons, right? And it has reoccurring characters that tell the stories in it. It's the same thing, but it's being presented to you live on stage, and the stage is where the sport takes place because it's about the sport. It's no different than if it's a show like a Gridiron Gang or something, a show about football players playing football, except for football is a sport that also exists as a real thing. Whereas pro wrestling doesn't exist as a real thing. That has any significance anywhere, you know?
Yeah, it's not like you look at it and you go like, okay, well they're bringing these guys in, like they're showing the people walking in with their suitcases and all that stuff. Like it's an NBA game.
Think of it this way: the WWE product is like if the NBA started to shoot,
like a backstage
interview segments and backstage segments and character segments and storytelling segments of like, this guy has a bad knee and stuff, right? But he doesn't actually have a bad knee. But he is actually a 6'10", 300-pound athlete, center monster guy. You know what I mean? Who can really play ball. But then the game was a game where they knew the outcome.
And
they knew this team had to win, and they had spots figured out.
Right.
Of like this guy hitting a buzzer beater 3, but that means he's got to be good enough to hit the fucking buzzer beater 3 live when it's going to happen.
Right.
There's equivalent moments like that in WWE, and people don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
WWE, the only difference is that the pro wrestling sport that they are telling the story of the athletes performing in isn't a sport that we're all used to growing up with the real version of.
Right.
That's it.
Well, the NBA might be fixed
not
anyway.
to go on a random. The NBA is probably fixed, but it's fixed for betting, and it's usually fixed by the refs who are controlled by people and shit. It's a whole mess. But anyways, yeah. So
I'm surprised they haven't done betting for WWE.
They do. They do.
They?
And I guarantee you they will for the Rumble. Yeah. In places where it's legal, they will do it for the Rumble.
We used to do things for the Rumble, like you would draw.
We used to do things
draw
too.
names out of a hat or something like that.
Yep. I used to do that with my buddy Forbes and a bunch of my old friends.
You'd put like entry number, whatever, and then you get to draw a certain number of people.
Yep, absolutely. But okay, so the women's Rumble, we know that Io Sky, Rhea, and then all of the, Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel are in it. Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, and Asuka are also in it. We also have Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, which I love. That's awesome. They're using her really well too on SmackDown. She had a very quick path from like TNA, Knockouts champion or whatever, to NXT. Now she's already on SmackDown, and good, because she deserves to be at that level. She's incredible. But we have Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, who's also a newcomer who's really good, and Julia, who's also wicked good. And Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch are going to be in it too.
That's actually... Yeah, I mean, that's most of... I think they're just going to throw most of their just top talent as far as the women's Rumble goes. Because, it all depends on what other matches you have on the card, really, is what it comes down to.
And right now, there's 4.
Right.
There's just the 2 Rumbles, Drew versus Sammy, and AJ versus Gunther.
Yep.
And I'd be willing to bet that might actually be it, because although... there is SmackDown tomorrow as we're recording this right now.
It's funny the way they present the Rumble. It's like people just say that they're in it. They just declare that they're in the Rumble. It's like, wouldn't everybody want to do that?
Remember when they used to have to do a fucking number?
Yeah.
Because everybody used to want to do it? Like now people just go, I'm in the Rumble. Well, did you go get a number and found out you're in the Rumble and that's why you're now announcing it?
Yeah, and
because that would make sense.
Why did the GMs not
we
have
just
a
didn't
say?
see it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
why don't... Yeah, exactly. That's a wicked.
And it's like, because you would think everybody would be campaigning to get into the Rumble because you're going to get a title shot.
That's your shot at the title. That's what made it make sense when you would see weird guys show up like Iron Sheik at 60 and you go, how, why, why? And he's in his head, in character, like the story, he's going, one more shot at the title, baby. Let's go. And it's like, you're not even coming close, brother. You're 60. Yeah. But in character, it's totally believable. Some old washed legend would be like, I'm making one more run. You know?
Yeah. I guess I don't think about
So
it
I
that
used to
way.
love seeing that. I
Yeah.
used to love it. But of course, we have our ideas of like who's going to win. Who do you think's going to win the Rumble?
See,
The
yeah,
women's one, I have no idea. Women's one, I have no idea.
thought about that question, but I really couldn't find anybody specific. If it's gonna be, I mean, people are probably gonna think that it's like Braun, but the fact
That'd
that
be cool.
everybody thinks it's Braun leads me to believe it's not gonna be Braun.
Could you imagine if it's Seth Rollins and he comes back and is in the Rumble and faces off with Braun and is like, surprise, fuckface, guess who's back?
You'll see.
That'd be cool.
You'll see some fuckery there with the Vision for sure.
Sure, of course you're going to see some Vision fuckery. But also you're going to see guys like Obafemi come in who's going to go, dude, throw me out though.
Yeah.
Or Lesnar.
Yeah, Lesnar.
Hey, double bronze. Toss me over the rope. Overpower me.
That's the thing
Let's
is,
do
like
it.
in kayfabe, you have to eliminate Lesnar somehow, and that's going to have to
Yep.
require some kind of team up, which you can do something with. You know, you could form an alliance. It's interesting.
I used to love when people would try to form alliances with the big scary guy.
Yeah,
And it would be like, it'd be Santino Marella,
and Kane, or
like
whatever.
smacking Brock's chest, being like, we're good, brother. We got these guys. We got these guys. And he's like, we got them. You're tossed out immediately.
Yeah.
And he just goes flying, cartwheeled out. I used to love that shit, dude. But yeah, as far as the men's rumble goes, it's hard to say.
I think we're going to see a good chunk of surprise entries, though.
Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody from
You're going to get some NXT.
like the Bronze and stuff, you know what I mean? You're going to see NXT guys. I would love to see Obafemi win it. That would be nasty.
They could do that. That's believable.
It's very believable, and it would instant make him. And he'd be facing who? Drew for the title? Unless Drew loses to Sammy, then he's facing Sammy for the title? That's nasty.
Yeah, I still
at
think they
Mania?
could do so. Like, if I'm going like process of elimination, I'm looking at some of the names. You're like, they can't really do Gunther. I don't think they're gonna do Brock. I don't think they're gonna do Braun just because that seems like the obvious answer.
I think you're right.
So you could do maybe Jacob Fatu. He's been great on SmackDown.
The only other person I could see winning it, and it would be like really, and I am curious because I think it might go that way, is Cody, who's already won it twice.
Yeah. Did he win it
And
last
that would
year?
put him. He won it. No. Who won it last year? Was it him?
I think it might have been. I think he's going for back-to-back
Because
Rumbles.
he won it to go. He won it to go to WrestleMania 40. He won it to go to 40, where he finally won it. But he won it the year before that also.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure. Now we gotta look it up.
Yeah, because I don't remember that.
The benefit of the Discord ones is that when we're too stupid to know what the fuck we're talking about. when it
I
comes
know
to
I
this
can't
stuff.
really. Yeah, and I can't really pull it up.
I'll
either.
never remember this shit. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Royal Rumble he won 23 and 24. So yeah, it would have been going into 39 and 40. Yep.
Okay.
So then who the fuck won it?
So then, yeah, last year was it Jay?
It might have been Jay. I think it was Jay. I think it was Jay Uso. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was Jay
That
Uso.
sounds right.
Yep. Drew won it in 2020, right before the pandemic, and that was when he went and won the title from Lesnar
Yeah.
to nobody. And then after that, Edge won it.
So I don't know. I like this Rumble. I can't really tell you.
Me too.
Who's going to be the
I don't know
guy.
who's going to win, but that's what I want. I don't know who's going to win, and I also don't. There's multiple options that would work, you know,
Right.
and that's a good spot to be in. And I feel the same way about the women's because it kind of feels like they're not necessarily banking on WrestleMania 42 being this big Cody fest again, you know?
Mhm.
Not that I don't love Cody, but
You simply can't have that.
You can't have it. You simply can't have it. It's got to be Punk versus somebody on night one. Excuse me. And whoever wins this versus whoever wins Sammy and Drew for the other night, you know?
Yeah.
Whichever one's on night one and night two, who cares? But it's got to be that. And I don't think it should be Cody. I don't think it should be like Seth Rollins or Lesnar or even like Orton.
No,
I think
it's
should be
time
like
to
an
mix in
Obafemi or
yeah.
a Braun Breaker,
Yeah.
a Bronson Reed, even Logan Paul would be crazy. Any of those guys like that era, Jacob Fatu would be so nasty.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of it's time to mix in those guys into the picture.
Those guys are ready. One of those guys, you pick one of those guys and go, time to make this motherfucker.
Right.
You know? Because the fans are going to bite it. They're going to want that shit.
Yeah, and you need to do it. You got to start building guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Going back to the Ray injury.
yeah, dude.
That was interesting because
he think did like a Hurricanrana on the outside and landed on his knee. Weird.
He landed on his leg, and I didn't look that crazy. I mean,
it didn't look like anything until he got up. When he got up is when it looked like he was kind of like hopping around on both legs, like, ooh, his knees weren't feeling good. But that's not even the end of it, is it? Didn't he also end up like hurting his shoulder or some shit in the match?
I don't know. I do know that the knee was the big thing. I'm pretty sure, but the knee
was the big
when
thing.
When I was watching, I was like, man, I don't know. It's probably time to just. Here's the thing: if you have this plan to do like a Dom feud and retire, and you keep pushing it down the road, kicking the rock down the road,
eventually Ray's body's going to go
right. What happens if you don't make it there?
I think they need to start. They need to set up for that in the Rumble. Like if Ray's actually good and he goes in the Rumble, you need to have him and Dom cross paths at the Rumble, and then on the Raw after the Rumble, you start setting up Dom versus Ray.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. You know who I want to win the whole Rumble? You know who I want to win the Rumble more than anybody? Finn Balor. I want Finn Balor to win the Rumble and then have to face whoever, who cares, for the title at Mania and come out as the Demon. And start finally getting away from Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And show people he's a main eventer.
Yeah, those are two storylines that need to be moving forward.
They need to end.
I think
they've been going for years. It's time.
Well, it's like we talk about Ray all the time and like how good he is for his age.
Of course.
But I think that injuries show the reality of age. Like what happens is the older you get, you're more susceptible to these injuries. So what you're worried about... To the injuries
that seem like no big deal.
Yes, you're just worried about... I'm worried about the fact that we want him to make it to that feud because that's got to be the way he retires.
I want him to make it to that feud so that he can retire on his terms.
Yeah.
In the match he's been wanting to retire in forever.
Right. He doesn't need like an ACL or something right now. You know what I mean?
No, he badly doesn't need an ACL injury. I think he'd probably legit just go, I'm just done. If he tore his ACL in his 50s after already having his knees worked on a bunch.
Right. It's like at a certain age where, you're almost not willing to have to go through the recovery and deal with all this comeback type of shit. Rehab and all that. Obviously, you're going to have to get it fixed, but to come back.
Crazy-ass career he has.
But again, he looks good in the ring all the time, so...
He does, and that's the important part is then he'll have a match that makes you go, he's still one of the best.
And that's the scary thing is that he knows he's one of the best still. So he wants to keep doing it.
Yep. And he knows how to adapt his style so that he's not in as much risk without necessarily coming off like he's unwilling to take risk. You know what I mean? He's still diving off the top to the outside.
Yeah.
He's still doing the luchador stuff as he can.
Who
like as
did
much
the
as he
one?
Can,
somebody did one that to like one of those one of those spots where everyone's standing in one spot outside the ring. Was it Fatu? Yeah, Jacob. I think it was Jacob Fatu. Like dove, he did like a front flip off of the apron or something into like 9 guys,
into a bunch of guys and just bowling balls at everybody. I love that shit.
He
dude.
almost hit the apron though. It was very not clean. And I just hate. I don't know. We've talked about that a couple times, but I hate those spots, dude.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Everybody's
one of the
up.
most. Yeah, I don't. It's not even worth it.
And it's like in every show.
Care. It's something that's just in every show. Every brand does them. Like I don't know why. It's almost like
they barely get a crowd pop anymore. Like the crowd's like, okay, like.
Yeah, the crowd will be like, all right, but then move right on because they're just like, yeah, we know this is the part where they dive off the top.
The guys that don't even get touched just flop.
Which is still a risk because then half the time the guys all dip out and roll and the guy that jumped off the top is the most at risk to like twist something or land weird or smack their fucking elbow on concrete or some shit like.
Yes.
That shit I always see and I'm like, no one cares about this spot. It's not doing anything anybody thinks it's doing. And that's needlessly reckless. Like, I don't get that. I'll never be the guy to say wrestlers shouldn't be allowed to take risks if they're going, let me take the risk. Like, I get it. But when there's no benefit to it, how do you not step in and go, if you do that, you're getting in trouble with us, and it's not because it's a risk. It's because it's stupid. It's not needed.
It's going to take an injury.
You're
for
already
them to
doing this, and this. Yeah. You don't need to do that.
It's going to take someone getting hurt before they decide not to do it anymore.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but yep, I guarantee that's the case.
What else? So on Raw, there was Punk and AJ. That was pretty good. I actually
that
enjoyed
was awesome.
It was actually
that was awesome.
It was really good, and it's a shame that they. Well, I guess I understand why Balor broke it up, but still, it's like you had this great match. The crowd was into it. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just want a clean finish.
We would have loved that. Yeah. I was hoping for a clean finish, and I thought it was weird. I know for Balor, he's probably doing it to try to save face with Judgment Day, but I think that it's finally starting to, like, we're finally starting to see that they're gonna start going that way, and they should.
It's weird because I've thought that we were finally starting to see it a couple times.
True. That's true. I've thought we were gonna see it a few times, and they don't. They tease it, and then they go, nope, not yet.
Yeah.
Tease it, and nope, not yet.
There's always like a constant tension there.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I really just want them to pull the
It's
trigger.
tough when you're in a faction that's so successful, though.
Yeah.
For the company to be like, let's pull the trigger on it.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah, it's almost a safety net sometimes to have them around.
That's one of the only factions I think of that had members come and go and maintained as a faction that was still one of the best things happening on the entire show every single week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like NWO got super watered down. DX survived the change from Shawn and Triple H, China, and Rick Rude in like the OG set up of that to when Shawn left and it was like Triple H with Road Dogg and X-Pac and
and I think Road Dogg had great, like, he had mic skills though. So I think that was like a huge part of it.
Ridiculously good, dude.
Yeah,
they were so good. They were so good. I loved the New Age Outlaws as a kid. And just DX and that era of DX specifically was fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's 2 changes. We've had Rhea
it's not even
leave. We've had Damian Priest leave. We've had Liv out with injury and characters come in and there's new dynamics. We had Carlito in there at one time. JD McDonough's in there now. Like, they've added and removed characters from that group and it never stopped the group from being super relevant and one of the premier ongoing stories happening on their show week to week, you know?
Yeah, that's another
Um,
thing is it eats up
it's
your a segment, so you know again it's like a fallback that you can use.
yeah, and that's I get why that is I get why they would want that, but at the same time, I think
You have a
that
payoff you can get to, you know.
you have a payoff you can get to, and if they pay it off sooner rather than later, then it doesn't have to be a full breakup. Again, it can just be Finn breaking off and leaving the faction to everybody else that's in it now, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Which is really going to turn into Dom's Angels because it's him and all the ladies, you know? But our JD McDonald's not going to stick around if Finn goes, you know? No way.
Yeah, I'm interested in the way they approach it. Obviously, it's going to end in a
How,
Dom
dude,
and
how
Finn
incredible would it
feud.
be if Dom wins the Money in the Bank and at WrestleMania 42, Finn Balor wins the Rumble and he challenges for the WWE Championship and he wins it and then loses to Dom cashing in on his
Mm-hmm.
ass. In the main event of 42, like they're the big fireworks and shit, and it's the coronation of Dom as a champ, dude. That would be so good. That would be so good.
I always think that's a
I
great
really
way
hope they
to,
do
like with
that.
Rollins when he stole it. I think I love when a Mania ends with like a bad guy just coming in and stealing the moment, you know.
And him standing at the top of the ramp while the pyro goes off going,
Yeah.
while the main good guys in the ring being like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Back to square one, you know? I love that.
Yeah.
And they have an opportunity to do that huge with Dom. Having Finn, they can have those two feuding with each other prior to it and have Dom crook his way through the Money in the Bank match, which you know he would crush in
The briefcase is
to
built for
win the Money in the
Dom.
Bank.
It's just absolutely
It's
built for him.
built for Dom. It's absolutely built for him to fuck with it. And I think that if he got it, he would cash in and win it. And I think that's the move. And I think he's ready. I think he's been one of the most over wrestlers in the world for at least the past year.
Oh, he's
Like
definitely
he is
proven that
one of
he can
the
handle all of it.
most,
Yeah.
he's one of the top guys in the whole industry.
Yeah.
And he's so young and he's just ready and waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not going to take long before they pull the trigger on that kid, you know, big time.
No way.
But yeah, Punk and AJ, that's a match like I didn't really even think about. And then when they announced it at the beginning of the show, I was like, yeah, that's actually going to be pretty sick.
That's guaranteed. Yep. And shocker, it was wicked sick.
It was good.
Until the smudged ending, but that was just storyline stuff. That's whatever.
But and again, it's one of those situations where you're putting the title on the line on a Raw, which is good.
Yep.
So you're kind of winning in a bunch of different aspects doing that. And I understand why they did the Finn thing, but again, man, it's like I just wanted to see that match end between those two, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish that there was time for them to do it again. And I know after the show, Punk had said, it's been so great getting to connect with AJ now that he's been back and bury their hatchet and get tight. And he said to him, like, I'd love to do this again. So if you can beat Gunther, we'll do this again, you know? I don't know. I hope AJ, I hope it's a swerve and AJ's not going to retire yet. But even if this is his last year, but I know his contract's up in February. So
yeah, I think he's done. I think.
See it. I think he's done. And I think it might be what he wants. I think he doesn't want to do the John Cena thing.
Well, I
think he'd much rather go, just let me have a match at least.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he even had like a little teaser a year ago or so. Remember when he said he was retiring and then I don't even remember how that progressed. He came out and had like a announcement talking about how he was going to retire. And then he pulled like a Mark Henry basically.
I like that. Thank you. The Mark Henry thing is one of the funniest things ever. That smoked me when it happened back in the day. That was great. But yeah, Yeah,
I
mean,
think
you're
he's been
right,
thinking
and I
about it
feel
for a
like
while.
he's just yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. And we already said, if that's the case, I would like to say that if he does retire from WWE television, um, after this, I hope he goes to TNA to do one more big match with some legacy guy there.
Yeah.
You know, like Frankie Kazarian's their world champ right now. Have AJ come there and do a retirement match with Frankie.
Yeah, that would be a smart move.
It would be God tier.
Yeah.
Absolutely God tier. He said he wanted to finish his career in TNA at different points, but I mean, he's built such a legacy with WWE now. He's been with WWE for 10 years.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like
it
it's been
doesn't.
that
It
long.
feels like
He's
it's
been with them for 10 years, and he's been one of their top guys the whole time. A multiple time world champion,
yeah, no, it
you
doesn't
know?
feel like he's been there very long.
No.
Um, I don't know. That's it. That's all I have.
That's all I have too. Yeah, I just wanted to all we
I
had
didn't
was
get to
go
watch
over the Rumble
Dynamite.
and
I was
stuff,
gonna watch Dynamite last night, and then I was
I
out
didn't get to watch a
shoveling.
lot of things because of the weather.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was
And I
bad.
knew the Mania, or that Rumbles this weekend,
Yep.
and that was kind of priority. Was I just wanted to make sure that at the minimum we got to go over everything that happened in the Saturday Night Main Event, and then prep for the Rumble and go over the Rumble because that's the big thing this weekend.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna watch, and then went out, was shoveling at like 8 p.m. and then I wake up at like 7:30 the next morning, and there's another 4 feet of snow, and you're like,
Dude, I don't know
what?
They plowed my road. I literally couldn't go to work today because my car was completely buried. We got it cleaned off, and it's probably just buried again now. And we got it cleaned off, and we couldn't even go anywhere because our road had like a foot deep of snow in it, and that was all treaded out by big trucks and shit.
Yeah.
And so it was like I would have had to shovel and clear out my whole neighborhood
Yeah,
for me to
it's
get
absurd.
out. Like I couldn't. There's no way.
Literally,
No way.
like it's like shoulder
At
high.
4 o'clock, at 4 o'clock when I would have been getting out, we still didn't even have the car all the way out of there yet. And that's like 4:30. We are out there. We get the car cleaned off, and we're like, okay, now we got to go. Let's drive somewhere. Can't because the whole road is just all fucked up from snow and treading and shit.
Dude,
So
it's
we were
it's
just there's no
absolutely
chance.
absurd.
I don't have a big truck, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's like I'm all cleared out now. It's like, but I was like, we're just gonna have to do this online because
That's right. I couldn't have gotten to you if I wanted to. And it's good because I've been working on making sure that I have a setup to do this that looks clean and presentable in my studio at home. So like I'm ready. We could do this anytime we have to for any reason. And like even if like one of us was sick, we could totally do it on
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, once we can get it sort of dialed in, that's all. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see once this
I
is
love the
out.
studio though, and we live close enough to use it. So it's like, why would we not use the studio?
Right, right.
But in an emergency, we can still put something out that is good quality.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So that being said, obviously, if you want to support the show or anything like that,
Yes.
just like go to the website and like and subscribe, all that stuff. You can go to dubby.gg, dubby.gg, and use our promo code ClearShots. That's all one word. The link is going to be in the description, so do that. That'll give you 10% off, and you'll get some energy. It's pretty good
Dude,
energy drink.
That stuff is great. Like, it's not even smoke blowing. It's not even because we have a sponsorship thing with them.
Yeah.
It's not like they're paying us a ton of money.
No.
We just we get a discount on products and stuff, and through their codes, like same thing that we give to you guys.
Right.
But
it's good.
It's just good stuff. And
it's powder. It's just like powder. You mix it into water. Yeah. It's pretty simple to do.
But it's not as bad for you. It doesn't have all of the fucking high fructose corn syrup and shit.
No, it's way cheaper than
a better
buying.
alternative.
Yeah.
Like coffee's great. I drink a ton of coffee too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Coffee's great. But if you can't do coffee for any reason, this stuff is the alternative.
Yeah, I love it. It's got vitamins and all that, and I don't know. It tastes good. They're all good, dude. All the flavors have been great. So I've tried pretty much every flavor at this point.
I haven't, but you've had way more than I have.
Some of the like collab flavors I haven't tried, but all their like base flavors,
sure,
they've been really good.
Yeah.
So do that if you want to help us out. Other than that, yeah, again, all the YouTube stuff. Follow us on Twitch, the Clear Shot Studios Twitch. Every 2 weeks we do this live, so come back.
And you've been doing game streaming as well.
Yep.
Well, under Clear Shots Gaming. Yep.
We do. So I have my personal channel, and then we also do gaming stuff on the Clear Shots Studios channel, and sometimes we do gaming on here. So, you know.
True. Yeah. And we're definitely trying to do more of that. What we got to do is we got to get another like a Royal Rumble on No Mercy or something going. That's like easy content. That'll be a no-brainer.
Yeah, I have a good way to do all that stuff now too. So
yeah, sick.
With like all the old games.
Love it.
So yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the Rumble.
Yeah. Enjoy the Rumble.